Hey, I'm back, and I've unearthed 6 more albums from the 70s that might be underrated, could be forgotten, but I almost guarantee that you haven't heard at least one of these. So let's check it out. So we're talking about 6 albums from the 70s, from different parts of the world. And I'm going to start with the UK. Let's talk about Camel. Now, this one is maybe a little more well-known than some of the ones I'm going to talk about. But this is Moon Madness. And this is from 1976. To me, this is their best album. Some people would talk about the other albums, Mirage and Snow Goose. And those are fine albums as well. I really gravitate toward this one. Some of the highlights are Song Within a Song, Arstilius. I think I may be saying that wrong. The whole album is great. I can't really even pick a highlight. I mean, it's a great album. All right, so moving over to Italy, the progressive rock scene was just about as intense in Italy in the early to mid 70s as it was in the United Kingdom. This is Premiata Fornaria Marconi, more commonly known as PFM. This album is actually a English remake of their Italian language album. But in the English version, they had new lyrics written by Pete Sinfeld, who was known for his work in the early days of King Crimson. He was their lyricist, The Court of the Crimson King, and so forth. It's a great album all around. Also, it's worth checking out Photos of Ghosts, which has a similar treatment. That was the album before this. Love it. Next on my list is Goblin. Now, a lot of people know Goblin as a band that did a lot of horror soundtracks, mostly instrumental. This is none of those things. This is the outlier in their whole catalog. This is Goblin's Il Fantastico Viaggio del Bagarazzo Mark. I really don't speak Italian. I don't understand the words on this any more than I did on PFM's Italian language albums. But what I do know is that title translates to The Fantastic Voyage of Mark the Bagarazzo. Bagarazzo directly translates to beetle, but as I understand it, the way the word is used, it's more of a derogatory term, the way in America we might say cockroach. Cockroach. So I think of this as The Fantastic Voyage of Mark the Cockroach. So it's an adventure, and so the fantastic voyage that Mark the Cockroach goes on. I don't really understand the words, but I'm pretty sure he goes to outer space or another dimension or something. I mean, it's just, it's wonderful and magical and uplifting. It's everything their other music isn't, except it's of great quality, and I do love a lot of their other music. I'm not a horror movie fan, but their music is great. It's progressive rock. Listen to this back to back with Camel and Yes and Jethro Tull, and it fits right in. It's great stuff. Okay, so shifting over to France, let's talk about Atolls, L'Araignée Mâle. My French language ability is a little meager these days. Sorry to my French teacher in high school. I've lost most of that knowledge, but I do know that means the bad spider or the evil spider, and that the refrain in the title track is "I am the evil spider," and then he talks about robots several times. It's a fun album, even though I don't understand any of the words other than that. I get it's the thing about progressive rock. I get the story from the music. I'm sure I would get it more if I understood the words. I'm so glad I have this on vinyl. These others that I have on CD, I wish I had on vinyl. Also from France, another one I wish I had on vinyl, but I've got it on CD. Pulsar's The Strands of the Future. This one is up there for me with, not a bad moment on the album. I don't know why people feel the need to write on albums in Sharpie, but it is from 1976, so at least that's accurate. But sometimes people just write their names really huge across the front of their albums, and I guess we know it's yours, but this one doesn't have that, thankfully, on the cover. These guys did a few other albums in the 70s and on into the 80s. This is Halloween is one that's well regarded. I think it was the album after this one. I love this. Highly recommend it. Next on the list, the last one on my list, is Moving On from Circus. This is a band from Switzerland. This was made in 1977, or released in 1977 anyway. Highlights include the Bandsman and the side-long title track. I have a thing for side-long tracks on a progressive rock album. This is no exception. It's fantastic. What's interesting about this band is that they don't have a keyboard or an electric guitar. So the lineup includes saxophones, drums, percussion, flutes, and, there's some acoustic guitar, but no electric guitar. And honestly, you don't miss it. I love this. I recommend it. I hope you listen to it. That's all I have for today. I would love to talk to you about more albums that are underrated. Maybe they're forgotten. I don't know, but I think they're worth talking about, and so that's why I'm here talking about them. If you would like to hear me talk about more albums that you might not have heard, please hit that subscribe button. Hit the like button if you like. I would like for you to like, totally. And please stay tuned for more in the future. And thanks for watching and listening. See you next time.